Dear Dr. Banting, I owe you my life, and I have no way to thank you. You had no way to know how your contribution to medicine would impact the world. Dear Dr. Banting, insulin isn't a cure, but it's pretty darn good stuff. Thanks from the bottom of my pancreas. Dear Dr. Banting, because of you, we are here, thriving with type 1 diabetes. Dear Dr. Banting, without your pillow thought you had that night, I would not be writing this letter of my gratitude to you today. There are no words to express how thankful I am for you and your discovery. Dear Dr. Banting, thank you for making my life better. These letters are just a glimpse into a special exhibit at Banting House that showed just how significant Dr. Frederick Banting's life in London was. The Dear Dr. Banting letter writing station was put up in Banting's bedroom in 2007, but letters thanking Banting for his work date back all the way to the 1920s. People from all around the world make the pilgrimage to London, Ontario to be in the exact place where Banting came up with the idea for insulin. So how did we get here? What is the significance of place in the birth of an idea? Does a specific location where a life-changing idea was formed have any impact on what that idea would lead to? At Banting House in London, Ontario, the answer is a resounding yes. Though it was not officially designated as a National Historic Site until 1999, the house that stands at 442 Adelaide Street in London, Ontario, has been recognized as the official birthplace of insulin since 1923. The importance that place has in the discovery of an idea is seen here, as visitors reflect what being in this place means to them. In this house, in this bedroom, Sir Frederick Banting woke up and wrote down 25 words that would lead him down the path to discovering insulin. Banting would soon leave his London home to Toronto, where he could adequately pursue further diabetes and insulin research. So why, if the development of insulin was largely done in Toronto, does London earn the title of the birthplace of insulin? There is a domino effect in Banting's life leading to the discovery of insulin in such a way that the lives of millions of people living with diabetes would not have been the same had he lived anywhere else. So let's line up the dominoes. According to Michael Bliss, the author of the most well-known and researched biography of Banting's life, there are several aspects of Banting's life in London that led to his idea for insulin. Assuming Toronto was full of surgeons, Banting decided to move to London, where he set up his own practice of medicine on July 1st, 1920. Unfortunately for him, Banting did not move to London in time for his practice to be included in the phone book, meaning the early days of his practice garnered very few patients. With a need to make some money to sustain his life in London, Banting took a job at Huron University. He was scheduled to give a lecture on November 1st, 1920, about the pancreas, an organ that no one was quite sure what its role was in the body, least of all Frederick Banting. To prepare, Banting spent a few days learning everything he could about the organ and took a journal article about the pancreas's relationship to diabetes with him to read before bed. As he lay restlessly in his bed in the early hours of October 31st, 1920, all the information he had learned about the pancreas swirled around in his head. When he woke up, he wrote down a simple yet revolutionary idea. Here we can see the domino effect of his life in London fall into place. Banting leaves his home in Toronto, believing it to be the best place to set up his practice. The timing of his move causes his practice to be ill-advertised, meaning he has to make money through other means. Banting takes a job at Huron University to make ends meet, where he's instructed to teach a class about the pancreas. Since he knows nothing about the pancreas, Banting does extensive research about it that haunts him in the middle of the night. An idea for experimentation on the pancreas is formed and written down, which would lead to the discovery of insulin. Without the circumstances of his life in London being what they were, Banting would have never discovered insulin, and diabetes would perhaps still be a death sentence to those living with it today. Visitors reflect on each domino Banting's life in London set up. They find comfort in being in a place where the most important domino effect in their lives began. As early as 1923, James Tobey, Washington representative of the National Health Council, proclaimed the discovery of insulin as an epoch in the history of medicine. While Tobey proclaimed that the widespread manufacturing of insulin revolutionized diabetic treatment, he also acknowledged its limitations, as it is not a cure. This is true to this day. While insulin has improved over the last century, there's still nothing better than insulin. In 1971, Sarah Stewart, a diabetic nurse, described her day-to-day living with diabetes. She shared the ups and downs of her experience. From foot problems, flabby muscles, and difficulties with diets, to tips for travel, exercise, and always being on top of her diabetes instead of the other way around. Life with diabetes is not always easy, but thanks to insulin, it's a vast improvement from when diabetes was a death sentence, and the only treatment was a starvation diet designed to prolong life long enough to hope a cure would come. The weight of Banting's contribution to diabetic research can be felt through the heartwarming letters in his room. From a long-winded emotional detailing of all the ways Banting has saved the writer's life, to a simple thank you for being where he was and discovering insulin when he did. This material history proves the significance of place to the countless people who have traveled any amount of distance to thank Banting in the exact place where his idea for insulin was born. So does place matter in the birth of an idea? Banting House has sought to prove that the history of a place and the birth of an idea is resoundingly significant in the case of Sir Frederick Banting. Perhaps the greatest proof that Banting's life in London is significant is found in the letters lovingly written in his bedroom. Letters written by people who have taken comfort in knowing they are in the place where the first domino in changing their life as they know it was knocked over.